same sort of residents. We got Jelly, Gagan, Kaka, and we got the main man today, Angad. How are you, mate?
Good.
First one, we got loads of feedback, guys. Really, really good.
Short as loads.
We did.
Yeah,
I was quite shocked.
Okay.
There was a lot of responses.
That's good.
Kaka, give everyone a bit of a flavour. What's coming?
Flavor. Acha. Wow. Okay. What's coming? Give me a minute.
We've already released one. Loki Darde is out. Let's start with Loki Darde because you know it's out. People listen to it. How did that make you feel? What made you go down the path? Because it's an amazing subject. Jar Sebs are there. What made you go down that line?
Wait a second. Is it out? I don't know. Have people seen this video? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
At this moment, people have listened to this track.
Yeah.
Because the day we're recording this is going to obviously, it's not out yet in real life.
Yeah. But it's definitely coming out after.
But it's coming out. So I don't know when whoever's seeing this is when they're going to see it. So
we don't know the outcome as yet.
No, we don't.
We don't really know the outcome.
Any feedback. Yeah. All we know is that it's come out.
It's gonna be out when this is out.
Yes.
That we're saying.
So the track's dropped.
Yeah.
And now we're on the podcast. So we don't actually know the feedback.
Yeah.
But Kaka, what made you do that particular track?
So, wow, that track, what made me do it? It's a bit of a mad question. But basically, going down into this history, when you start going into it, not just this track, anything to do with, let me just move this 1 minute. Anything to do with Baba Jeet Singh Ji or Baba Jajar Singh Ji. And to be honest, that's one of the reasons why we've got Angad here now.
Yes.
So basically, Baba Jajar Singh Ji was 13 years of age, yeah? When they went into guaranteed death war. So this guy's here with us today, and he's in the video as well, when people see it. And this is my boy Angad Singh, for everyone who knows him. 12 years of age, yeah? Right, so 12 years of age. But when you look at him, what happened was, me, Jelly, Muninder were in a restaurant a few weeks ago. And we were talking about the track Loki Darde Manan To Main Khushi Manawa, and he was standing there. He's 12 years old.
Yeah, I remember.
And it bloody hit me when he was standing there and he was doing, he's into boxing. Yeah. Big up to Leamington Community Boxing Club and Babs Condola. What an amazing coach. Anyway, coming back to it with respect to Babs. We were in that restaurant and he was shadow boxing. And I looked at him and I just called you over and I said, quick, come here, look at him. Look at his age, yeah? Forget who he is, Angad or anything. Look at him moving in a martial way. That's just how, in the same way, Baba Jajar Singh Ji would have been training with Shastars. Just look at a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, they were 13, and just look at them and look at the innocence in a child who's 12 years old, 13 years old, and he's going into war against millions, some say, even if it's hundreds of thousands, even if it's thousands, numbers are irrelevant, but it's basically guaranteed death, a 13-year-old. So basically looking at him, and he was training, and it's in the video as well. And when you think of that, how deep this is, a 13-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 6-year-old, and I think it was a 9-year-old, yeah? Yeah. Giving their life away, that's why this song was made. Because that feeling, what they give to me, it is untouchable for anything on this planet.
Angad's sitting in front of me now, and I'm just thinking, because Angad's story with us is he's been brought up round us. Like I think I showed you a photo the other week. He's still you're in your car seat, but I look at it now and I just think, what? It's hard to comprehend.
He spent time with all the celebrities at a young age. He's done a lot of stuff.
He's had a mad childhood.
He's done a lot of
just
stuff.
look at him sitting in front of me now. I just think.
But I'm saying,
picture that, a child of his age,
going
men, adults who are ferocious for blood. That is just
extremists, militants, who are basically
the Mughal army.
Basically talking about an army where there's no rules. They were doing everything, chopping people up, killing people to the most, wasn't that word, grotesque.
Yes, barbaric in what they were doing.
If we start going into it, but this is one of the problems I've got with Sikhi today. The main source, which is the honeypot of treasure in our history, it was always, and it will always be, to do with the gurus, yeah?
Yes, correct.
Up until Guru Gobind Singh Ji's time, yeah, there's a absolute line in stone for me that history is the most important, firstly, as predominantly.
100%.
So this needs exposure, right? So this is what I feel. Everything that happened after that for the next 100 years is massively important. Don't get me wrong. Still the most important thing, yeah, for all of us. But all the history after the gurus is never going to be as important to me as it was for the gurus, because that's the
100%.
source.
That's our foundation. Everything. The whole of Sikhis come through our gurus.
Yeah, so that's our source. The gurus are everything, like you said, yeah? So going back to it, when you make sort of tracks like this, you are going to a source of history which is so pure. I'm not saying that any others weren't pure, but what I mean is it's basically the beginning, innit? It's the beginning. I try not to diss in one minute way the rest of our history, because that is equally, absolutely
Paramount.
100%. It's huge. The whole of our history is huge. But I agree with you. When it comes to, that was the foundation of Sikhi.
But yeah, so basically that history is what we've gone back to. And when you go to the source of something, it is potent. And then how this song came about, there's a great poet called Dharam Seva. And basically I was listening to their poetry, and I spoke to another good friend of mine, a writer.
Yeah.
This was one of the first tracks, Jeet Gill. He's a writer from Punjab. He's helped me with a lot of stuff. And I said, work with me on this project. I wanna find poetry. And Bajara, he helped me research a lot of stuff. Because I was looking for inspiration.
So Jeet Gill had a lot of Shardar when it come to this area. Then a lot.
Yeah, massive devotion. And he helped me. And then basically when I found certain words, I then fused them around, put them together, and all of a sudden it started coming, like the track was coming together. LOKI DARDE maran to main khushi manawa. But obviously I sang it higher.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna. I don't feel like screaming my head off right now. So, but basically, look at the message. We were talking about it earlier. Look at the message of that song. How do people interpret it as a different story?
Into some space, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Jelly, we were talking about this morning, weren't we?
Yeah.
We done that BTS thing.
You're a bit similar to Kaka in a way. You got three. Sorry, I'm giving you extra child there. You got 3 sons.
Yeah, that's right.
How did it resonate with you? Because I find it interesting, because I haven't got a child in that respect. You know, when you can resonate with the age of your child, I think it's mad.
No, I think anyone can see it. You know, when you see kids.
Yeah.
Then I did it.
But I think, you know, when you've brought your own up and you see that they like look at the what's the right word? The source.
Put it this way.
Of the Jar Sebs.
Put it this way. I'll tell you something. On a personal level, if I had to do what Guru Gobind Singh Ji did, then that is just the end of the world for anybody. Yeah.
Correct.
If the death of a child, I don't think, and this is in respect to anyone who's suffered it, anyone who's been through it, you know, in that way, I can only speak through what I imagine. There can't be a bigger pain, I'm thinking, than
I
that.
agree. Yeah, 100%.
And you don't have to have kids to understand that. It's
No.
Everyone knows how innocent kids are.
Nephews, when you have that.
Not only that, everyone understands how innocent children are. They don't know everything. You don't know nothing, mate. Yeah, you're 12 years old. Don't think you know everything. Yeah. Don't give you loads either. I'll sort it out. Right. But basically, what I'm saying is that's the thing. Not everyone needs to know, but when it comes to what happened with the Jar Sebs, that is phenomenal. And this is where, you know, good point. I keep talking, man. I need to let Tusi bhi gal karo.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna just chip in, like,
go on.
So me and Kax did have a vichar on this.
Yeah.
And he was going through a speech of what's been put together on the album as well. And I went to a good state of listening to each word that Kax was talking about. And he was in description of the children's age.
Yeah.
And I was able to look at my own and resonate a lot deeper within myself. And I was sort of the 6-year-old, which really struck me as much, you know, really, really strong. And my child is 7, and I really looked deep into his eyes and to his hands, his skin. It was absolutely flourishing. Angad, they've not been
the
exposed
puppies,
to,
isn't they?
Yeah.
You know, they've not been weathered. They've not even been
Kids.
outside.
They ain't seen. He's only seen 12 summers.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
42,
You know?
mate. 42.
You know, they've only been
Something to be proud of, it.
so the detail of like seeing a child in that vulnerable state.
Bacha.
And I was in awe of how skinny this child is, not developed. He's not. He's so small, so fragile.
So you're
so
basically
innocent.
seeing a vision of Baba Fateh Singh,
exactly
right?
that. Yeah, exactly. I know it was so overwhelming to see.
A little child with soft skin,
Soft, all of that.
You know what?
Flawless.
I want to put a message here. We're making music, yeah. You see music in commemoration. Gurdwara cha program lag gaya in commemoration, yeah. Barsiyan hundiyan. Everyone's celebrating the Char Sahibzade, not celebrating, as in commemorating. But the thing is, you're commemorating them as in, they're deceased in your mind because it's like, oh, like you do a party for someone who's died. That is the problem. The problem is what you're talking about now. You just brought them to life right now. Wow. I'm seeing them right now. You brought them to life in this present moment. They ain't died. You manifested an image which is coming in my mind. Soft skin. Baba Fateh Singh ji, 6 years of age. Baba Jajar Singh ji, yeah? Sitting here, let's say 13 years of age. If they were there, it would be similar to what I'm saying as a 12-year-old.
There's a structure.
Look at the skin. Look at the bones in a kid.
Not developed, they're still babies.
Now, what you've just done, Jelly, here, you've brought the memory of the Char Sahibzade. It's alive right now. We're thinking in that zone. That's where you need to be. Your thinking needs to be about what they were, who they were, what they stood for. And then you need to think of these things if you've got respect for Sikhi, rather than just following what's going on in the world today, which is Gurdwara and a system banaya as they have. You go there and it is a political and money-driven system. It is, obviously. Everyone knows that. Well, that's no breaking news.
Not all of them, I want to say they all are.
Not all, actually, good point. Not all of them.
I can't say that.
You can never say all of them, but...
And a lot of good Gurukar,
but those ones which are good, they'll say, yeah, we agree. Because they understand the rest of them a lot.
I'm going to disagree with this, first and foremost. And I'm telling you why.
Controversy.
My intention of going to each individual Gurdwara is, what is it? I can go to any Jagah and find out what is my need, what's my intention. I can go to any Gurukar on this planet and find my Guru.
That's true.
And find my love. And if I'm reaching out for politics and disagreements, I will also find that karke, and my want is going to be that. And if I'm going to go to any Gurukar on this planet and I want to seek some pyar and love and some understanding, I will receive that. Or millions. So I can go anywhere on this. So this is what I'm saying. There's no politics involved in depending on what I want to seek.
No, I understand what you're saying. You're 100% correct. 100% correct. But what I'm saying, in return to you, debate jaldi ho na.
No, go on.
What I'm saying in return to you is, there is a problem.
I can't see it.
I know. You can't see it right now. But when you go into the Gurdwara and someone says, Jelly, paise kaad to come inside. Or Jelly, utte jaake baith. In that moment, you might see it.
I've never experienced that, so I can't speak from that side.
I know you haven't. You might not have personally, but I'm saying...
No, I definitely haven't.
Okay, Jelly, he's not that guy, but I think there is a problem.
I'm saying there's not.
No, look, you're coming from a spiritual angle. You're not seeing any problem anywhere, which is beautiful. Stay there. I don't want him to move. That is the ultimate desired state. Yeah, this is a good example. Piri, Pir. Think of Pirs, yeah? Piri di state cha. Say ya, Sant di state cha tu. Right now, stay there, right? But hon Sipahi di bhi state cha. This is where the balance is in the middle. It's hard to explain, but right now, when I made that comment, I'm in the Sipahi mode. Because then we ain't can't say the word. We ain't the people who just can be walked over. I can't see these words on live camera, especially in front of a child. Yeah, I'm controlling myself.
Yeah,
but you also can't control them.
Jehde babbar sher bande aa, right? ਉਹ ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੀਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਧੀਆ that is the highest level of love what he's talking about. So you're correct, but what I'm saying is there is also a middle line.
Correct.
And if what it is in our calm, I don't know how this conversation once again has turned where it is.
It has turned.
Do you remember Dips remembered the questions to bring us back? Do you remember the question?
I know where I'm going to come back. So
that's right.
Where I want to touch,
but I didn't finish. Let me finish. Where was I? Totally lost me.
Sipahi, man.
Sipahi.
So what I'm saying is, again, this is another topic. We've done a song on this. The song which is trying to explain this that we've done. Do you remember what it's called?
No.
Nah.
Come on. Do you remember? Music. Angad, by the way, before I come on to it, Angad is studying music. He's a toll player. Tu aap das, man. Don't be shy.
Come on.
You don't have to talk
about your rhythm. What are you doing music-wise?
What are you doing?
What song? When's song coming out?
What are you doing? What instruments can you play?
A doll.
Yeah.
Oh, bale.
That's following your dad.
Dink,
He's been doing that a long
dink,
time.
dink,
Are
best
you
instrument.
going to be a singer?
Nah, he's a producer.
He's
Producer.
Yeah.
So have you started playing with beats?
Yeah. And I've been doing this music course thing.
Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he loves
Nice.
it. He loves it.
You're gonna be doing some Dharam Seva track soon then.
Nah, 100%.
He's a-
He literally was in there.
Danda fade. No, he doesn't get into music. You don't get into music, I'll tell you straight, mate. He's in trouble.
No.
ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਕੁਛ
There is always that.
ਰਿਪੋਰਟ
but
ਨਾ
come on.
ਆਵੇ
All right, calm. Nah, the other day he was in the kitchen, in the office area, making his own beats and that. He's proper doing
Was
good,
he?
you know.
Was he?
He was just
Gagan
sitting
ਤੂੰ
in
ਵੀ
there.
ਗੱਪ ਨਾ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਕਰ every time
Nah, he was sitting there asking, go on,
You made pizza? Huh?
come on, let the kid back me now.
Alright, you made pizza. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Not a pizza, a beat, bro.
Oh, beat.
Yeah,
I thought you
he's
said
not gonna
pizza.
make pizza, is he?
That's why I said pizza. Sorry, मैं क्या तो गप मारता
Nah, bro.
Okay.
What you
I
on?
thought you said pizza. He never makes food, man.
I'll tell you what, it's gonna be cool because I think Angad Singh's gonna be hitting your ears soon.
Okay,
No.
this
Get ready.
this brings us on to something. Angad, go and get Kirat. We want to bring
What?
someone on.
Is he
Is he
still?
here?
I thought
Yeah.
he's gone.
You go and
Was
get
he
him.
here?
I should let you do this, really.
Yeah. No. Go on. Go.
नहीं नहीं तुझे
Flow.
करो
Flow.
नहीं मैं स्टेज थोड़ा चोरी करता स्टेज सेक्रेटरी दी जॉब ਹੁੰਦੀ है
So, yeah.
ये भी जॉब है मैं और भी मैं चोरी कर लूंगा
All right. Well,
Listen,
let me mic back then.
मैं गाने लिखा I'm writing the songs yeah I'm bloody composing the songs yeah I'm freaking singing the songs I've even rapped on the songs I ain't doing stage secretary as well
Hello. Can I have my moment back then?
take it
Pass the mic, man. Pass the mic.
It's true. So we're going to bring in HKG.
Oh,
So we're going to have a bit of we're doing substitutes today. Substitutes. So first substitute's done. Angad is left. HKG is going to walk in. So let's just wait for it to walk in. But for anyone who doesn't know, you might have seen his name on the last track. But he's actually
Paul
producing
Scholes
for
is
us.
off Gerard's coming on bring on the sub England
Nah,
innit?
that's the wrong. That's
was
the
the
wrong
team, innit?
comparison. It needs to be someone who's Angad's not
Angad's a
there
winger.
yet. He's in the youth system. He's coming up.
Ganacho
Yeah, he's like Ganacho. He's coming
bad
in.
boy oh yes
Here's Paul Scholes.
no this is Foden Phil Foden
Yeah, Phil Foden.
superstar young superstar
Yeah, 100%.
Mbappe. And can't, I said to him, you got to keep your
HKG.
glasses on. Oh, this, but that's hard.
Look at
You know what? Let me introduce him.
Go on.
Right. So this guy, he is one of my cars bande. One of my best friends, brother. Everyone big up Tiger Gandial, Bali. People name. He makes the baddest wardrobes. He makes the baddest kitchens. I
To
messing
verify
about.
that your house is on point.
This guy, I'm telling you, he is really good, yeah? So he's my mate, proper close, through my in-laws and this and that, I know them. Got to pick up my Sora as well, yeah, Punjab Radio.
Oh yeah, they've been supporters. They've been around for a long time.
Sajid Guman.
But I'm not gonna. While we're here, I'll tell you what. That blue screen on Sky that sits with me for a long time. That was a lot of my childhood. That was a bit
Punjab Radio.
of a mad
radio.
one. That blue was everywhere.
Biggest radio.
It's massive. You know what?
Punjabi
Early
community.
2000s, that was everywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my plug-in, man.
I want to go back to HKG.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get my plug-in because it will link in.
Something.
God,
It's up to you if you want to disclose this, but he had a fresh Aston Martin. His Sora did. And he
it
turns
was
up.
nice, wasn't it?
It was absolutely lovely car.
yeah.
When you're
Lovely.
doing well, you got to pull the motors
Bro.
up, mate.
I think utte kunjiyan ne chhad diyan. And this man got hold of him.
Oh, shit.
Was it a nice try?
Oh, ठीक है. But oh,
Tell what does a Sardar
Listen,
do with an
listen.
Aston Martin?
no, look.
Hey,
We're
you wanna-
going.
you gonna-
All I want to
Do
do
you
is
want to
come
tell the
back.
story what he did with the Aston Martin?
Don't worry about that.
Flipped it.
Huh?
Is it intact?
No, what did he? Where did he take it? Where did he fill it up with?
Jelly,
And where
don't
did
do
he-
that on air. Don't do that on air. He's gonna kill me, man. He's gonna kill me, man.
Are we going
What
further
does
into
a
this
king
as well?
do?
Shit.
You know what? I
This-
think you're right.
This has gone
No,
out of
I need to
control.
let you know. This is Iknatal Linal. What did you do with that vehicle that had no attachments to? What did you do with
He's
it?
gonna kill me, man.
No, that's the.
All right, I'll tell you. Shit, man. What you bought that
Is
for?
this-
No,
you drive the car there?
I want to illustrate.
This is what you know. This
I
is
wanna-
unscripted.
Yeah,
show.
this is the level of no
I love
attachments.
that button.
No,
Oh, God, you might as well
Before
say
I come on to that,
no attachments.
what were the last 2 points we didn't finish? Because I don't like unfinished business.
Well, we're gonna
One
try-
was about HKG. I'm going to introduce
Yeah.
him on.
Yeah.
What was there anything else?
No, go on. Keep
Plug
going.
Okay.
to come on. I mean to Punjab Radio. My bad.
I'm bigging up my father-in-law. So he's got a very nice car. Yeah. And talking about cars, we talk about Ferraris in our song because, you know, it's saying Pyar de Pujari, Koda Rakh de.
Ferrari.
Basically, the reason I put that in, because we're going to relate everything back to the songs, is because, you know what? A lot of people have a good car, yeah? A lot of people have a shit car or bad car, sorry. Excuse my French. But basically, you know the sayings, yeah? Back in the day, Koda top da rakhde si. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, yeah? Our Guru had the Neela Koda at the time, like a 1 in a million, whatever. You know, next level motor. Neela Koda, Maharaj ji Taur si. People say that they had royal, you know that?
It was regal.
You know that regal
King. Yeah,
Taur,
of course.
yeah? It Taur hai Singha di. So, you know, if a Sikh out there does like a nice car or something like that, it's not a problem. Some people think, you're supposed to be, again, you're supposed to be.
You know what? It's
humble.
A big thing.
You should be driving
You know, people say humble. You shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have that. Oh, why have you got this for? You should be content
That's
with
not
whatever.
humbleness. That's
no.
That comes naturally.
But that's what people say. Oh,
but one day,
saying why you got that.
Yeah, one day, you know, if you wear expensive clothes, that might feel uncomfortable. Now, you know, one day might be if I get a big car. You're always going to be doing things where you're trying to wear something better, do something better, yeah? But what it is the coming back to the car about the Aston Martin.
No attachments.
No attachments to the Aston Martins. And you can have all these cars and we enjoy that as well. I got a banger as well. And I got a nicer car as well. But you guys are the same, right?
Yeah.
But coming on to that, my father-in-law. Now
so what actually happened to this
now
car?
Now you
Come on.
freaking dropped me into this.
Go on.
He let me. He got Aston Martin. I was like rated, yeah.
Yeah.
He bought it, parked it with me, so I was driving around. He went away. I can't believe you've done this.
Come on.
This ain't staged, I'm telling you.
Bro,
Yeah,
come
go
on.
get the word out now. I want to hear
You might as well
this.
say
So I
it.
don't think I know.
You've gone halfway now.
This is the level of no attachments, Das.
Go on.
I learned from this.
If he ever sees this, forgive me. You have to forgive people if they make mistakes. It's not that big a mistake, but you have to forgive me. It's in front of everyone now.
Come on, man.
Basically, Garati, meri bhi bichi. When he finds out, I had a rubbish bag, about 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they had because our rubbish wasn't collected.
Yeah.
And I basically opened the boot. I didn't have it in the car. And I took the Aston Martin to the scrapyard. The tip. Right, I'll call it scrapyard.
You packed it, didn't you? 2 bags.
I didn't pack it. What are you on about? I basically had about 2 bags, yeah. This is not that big boot. And I put black bags, the ones I had of rubbish, and I took it in the Aston Martin to the tip. Because I was going past it. It's not like make a mess in the car or anything, but when I parked up, when I got out of there, people were there looking. These guys come to the tip in Aston Martin, right? And he's got rubbish bags, yeah? Listen, I'm saying this to my father-in-law. They didn't make no mess. They didn't make no mess.
I thought it was going to be much worse.
He's going to go mad. He's going to kill me.
Wrong petrol or something like that.
Forget that.
Check this one out.
I thought that story was
Check this one out. But when I come out, they were looking, thinking, what is this guy doing? And what Jelly's talking about here is, you know, the saintly state that, look, it's just a car. Yeah. It's just a car. That Volkswagen anything. Koi nahi, rubbish lad lo.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad though. It was
That's what I like.
He's taking too long here. And I want to move on. HKG.
Yes.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Everyone by now would have heard that track, Loki Darde. Wow. What made you get into music?
Since I was small, I always used to play like instruments.
What have you played?
Vajja, tabla, tol. So
How old were you when you first started playing? What was your first instrument? How old?
I reckon it was Vajja.
Wait, why have you got glasses on? Because we told you.
This
time is different. He's a young kid. Jelly's all right. Jelly's a wacky character. Everyone can see that. Someone said to me, you're a Fruity Loop this week, but a good Fruity Loop.
Yeah.
I said, that is exactly what he is. Banda sada babbar sher hai. He doesn't need to be like normal people.
I like I think it's
you do what you want. But with you, we saw him yesterday and he's a young kid. And this guy, I'm telling you now, we met Diljit as well. I said it in front of, he said it to him. Diljit said this to him in front of everyone. He said, if you're 16 years of old and you've made this music, he said to him, मैं तेनू एक गल दसदा तू बहुत आगे जाऊंगा life च. है ना? Yeah? He said, you're going to go really far because he saw his mint. This guy is on another level, bro. I'll tell you straight. This guy, I'm going to big him up. I know. You know, we do all this, nah, I'm not that good. You make sure you tell him you are bloody that good because I'm telling you now,
The output's phenomenal, man.
Bro.
How he's made this
Loki
album.
Darde.
Oh, the
Would
sound.
anyone genuinely
Look,
think a 16-year-old made that?
You know what it is, our age, like my age, generation, look,
Yeah.
Chatti Dadi, I'm singing these songs now, yeah?
Yeah.
Our age, we cannot hear what they're hearing. It's a fact.
That's true.
All these youngsters, what they're hearing, we cannot hear it. Making the lyrics, the history we talked about, that's all relevant, yeah? That's always going to be the main base, yeah? But what this guy's job is, he can serve the dish up.
Correct.
So every song we've done, oh my God, he has been... Like, I've worked with so many amazing producers and they're all amazing, but this is the new gen. And I'll tell you what, AI speeded everything up.
Yeah.
These lot are on another level. How
Just
they look at
notched
music. They're on another level.
How long?
They're making
How long does
songs.
it take you to make a song?
It depends on the song.
No, but you know what it is? People will think, oh, he's rushed it. He's a geezer. You listen to his stuff. I'm a musician who's played live for 30 years. Yeah. I've been with the biggest artists there on literally on this planet in this field.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what I'm seeing with him, I've not seen it. If there's some credibility we deserve to make a judgment, I'm not making this up. I'm not doing a sales pitch or do music with him. To be honest, he ain't doing music with anyone. We've got him. You're signed up for about 75 years. You got a contract. By the way, oh yeah, your dad signed a contract. He sorted my kitchen out. In the contract was, you are signed to us for 75 years. That's true.
Part of the deal.
Part of the deal. But that don't matter. Don't worry about that. But basically,
I want to hear from him.
yeah. But I'm bigging him up because people need to know how big he is.
Yeah.
And how big he's going to
His
be.
music, to be honest, his music shows how good he is.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
speaks volume
straight.
on its own.
Yeah, look, like we said earlier in the show, the track hasn't come out. Yeah, before we recorded, but we know how we felt. I'd love to know if we could travel forward to see what everyone's response has been. But I want to know more about HKG because he's new. People are probably thinking, who is the boy? Lovely pug, shades on. You were talking about your Vajja. How old were you then?
Probably like 6, 7.
Wow.
10 years on. 16 now, bro.
That's mad.
16 years old, aren't you?
Yeah.
How'd you know what?
Pag bhi aap banda case bhi rakhne aap.
That's special.
His dad, he cuts his hair.
Yeah.
In his family, no one's got the case.
What made you, because I'm similar to you on that level, what made you go into Sikhi?
Since I was born, I was kept my hair, and then growing up in like six schools and that, I just want to like grow with Sikhi. Like I've said this before, but like when I go to have a family, I want to make sure my kids grow up with Sikhi.
Wow.
Have that knowledge.
That's a
Well, that's the
very...
age of like a 16.
They say, don't they, like Siani, I can't even get my words out. I'm not going to say it in Punjabi now. Sorry?
Siani Gal.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that is for a 16-year-old.
Siana banda ya. Siani gali karni. Banda siana. He's not 16. You ain't 16. I want to see your passport, mate. You ain't 16.
When did you start tying your bag properly? How old were you when you started tying that?
Like 7 years ago.
Massive area. You know
9?
what? You know the problem is, in today, even for people like I've got, like say Angad and my kids, we keep their case, but only the transition, no one ever knows the pain of this, right? The transition from a gutti to a bug, that is a big worry for me, because that's where you become sufficient to look after your case for a kid.
Even, the whole bug thing. Now, Jelly's got a bit of a funny story here as well, because he's spoken about this before, but when I come into Sikhi, 10 years ago it's been now, I think I touched on my story a bit, yeah? So, when I come into Sikhi, in my family, all money, bar my nana ji, and like, I think I touched on it before, but my hero kept his case, and it was like, I took Sikhi in November, he passed away in Feb, and because of the age he was at, he wasn't at a stage that he could show me how to tie his bag, all of that, and I had another uncle who I really looked to, Muninder Singh, Gariwal, massive in my life, but they were a lot older, so I couldn't have that relationship with, and they were getting on that they could tie that bag. I didn't know how to tie one, and it's really, like when you first start, you think, how do I tie? I want to become a Singh, start tying a patka. That was the first thing I tied my patka, and then you think, I want to tie a bag now, but you don't know. You don't even know how. I don't even know where do I get a kapra from. Like things people don't really think about. They might think about at home. If I'm going to Sikhi, how do I start?
We talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Sukhshinder Shinda, his role in when I become a Singh.
Yeah.
And Balwinder Safri, his
Oh,
role in
okay.
how Shinda Baji become a Singh.
Yeah.
So Shinda Baji will tell you that he was inspired from Balwinder Safri. So look at this through music,
Yeah,
through
yeah,
a Bhangra singer. Yeah?
Yeah.
Look how the inspiration passes on. So basically, from a Bhangra singer in the 90s, massive superstar, absolute legend, true legend, yeah, in the music game. And basically, his bug inspires a Sukhshinda Shinda.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Look how much Shinda Baji's done for Punjabi music. Not only that, for Dharmic music.
Massive.
Satgur Mera, the album, that had a profound effect on me. When I
played it
turned
all
from
the
a
time.
Mona to a Singh.
Yeah.
Profound effect. I'm not making that up. You know that. You had
Phenomenal
it.
album. I used to.
It was
play
around that
all
era,
the
so-
time. Yeah, it was around the same time. That's right.
So the bug from Safriji, because one thing Safri used to say, yeah, is sorry, should I say Safri Baji? What they used to say was they never used to leave their house until their bug was bang on. You know, like people do their hair. He said this for us. He had that respect for
That's
the bug,
amazing.
yeah, the respect for the bug so much, and he said, before we leave home, when we get ready, and say honi chahiye bug. That was his devotion in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing girl. He then told Shinda Baji. Shinda Baji kept that girl, and they had rules for the bug, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Shinda Baji did, and the rule was, he taught me. He goes that basically your bug can't touch the floor. Whatever happens, your bug can't touch the floor. He drilled into it at the time.
It's a respect thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he gave me this lesson. He said, "Look, Safri used to say to me, so he's passed the chain on. You see, to me
Yeah.
of inspiration." And he said, Safri Baji used to say, "Be and say ni, unajani barnu jana." Right. So that girl I took on. So you got to get it looking good, yeah. These are just ways of devotion. But going back from the bug thing, I was saying to Jelly, I saw a Singh the other day in a swimming pool at the gym.
Yeah.
A nice old man, yeah. But you know, when he's doing his bug, it was going on the floor like a snake. It's slithering
Well,
around.
Oh, when he's getting changed, obviously after.
And to him, it might not be nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
He's not
whatever.
aware.
Yeah.
He's not aware.
I don't know what's in his. You know, he might not think of these things. Yeah. But to me, because of what Shinda Baji said to him, what Safri had said to Shinda Baji, when I saw that, it pained me. I can't say to him, "Can you pick it up, mate?" It's his bug, innit?
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
say
yeah.
anything to him. But what I'm saying is, these amazing people in music, they like pass this knowledge on. You know, to me.
So you know when you
So
first
when it comes to
become a
the bug-
Singh, when you had that transition,
Yeah.
kept your kiss.
No, but going back to one thing,
yeah.
what I was saying before that was the pain of, like, some parents are going to feel this from a kid's, you know, this transition from a gutti to a bug. It's not been that straightforward. There's not many teachers out, yeah? I'm going to bring the girl back around to him while I'm talking about it. Because when about 6-7 years ago, he walked into a Gurdwara, I went to an event, big up E3 UK. Anyway, you get a big up chance, bar there, it's brilliant bigging up people.
They're amazing people.
Hey,
They're
but
top
they
of
are-
their-
they are brothers, man.
supported this team
Gurpreet,
massively.
event him. Oh my God. Every time we done massive programs, the visas, you know, in like,
Your shows
when
and
your
stuff,
when
haven't
your
you?
shows are literally on a knife edge,
Yeah.
that your people ain't gonna get the visas. That man somehow pulls out miracles every time. He's done it so many times.
Yeah.
He's got links, man. I'm telling you, amazing guy.
Literally, the shows are held on by
Gurpreet,
a
Manu,
thread.
Pinda,
Yeah,
big up. The people in the background who got Gabru Nagile video. Remember we did that one?
Yeah.
Jelly was in that, by the way, if you remember that.
Yeah.
I was in that.
What
as well.
year was that, Jelly?
Terrible with dates.
Oh yeah,
2013 or whatever. But coming back round to it, that bug thing,
yeah.
it's a concern, and so not many people out there are on this topic. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get these at weddings, you know, the buggery ties, all that.
Tie in your bug, yeah.
But to actually teach your kids, you know, to be looking like that, there's not one kid I could say I know of
How
that
did
I've
you-
seen who
how
can
did
tie a
you
bug.
learn?
No, but listen to this. Listen to what I'm saying. He's basically been tying that bug, yeah, and I saw him walk into the Gurdwara and I was like, it's about 6-7 years ago, and I straight away went up to him and I said, obviously I knew his Bali, his son and everything, we knew each other, and I was like, how are you tying your bug? And it was a bit smaller, and I was like, that is amazing. Like, you're doing that. You think how old he was then? He's about 12, right? And then he started sending me videos of how he's doing it, because I said, I need to learn this to teach the kids. And it's a complicated process, yeah? It's not straightforward. This is what I was saying. He's 16, but he is a Siana Banda in there. I'm telling you, right? And he started tying the bug. And today, what you're seeing, he put effort in to learn that. Even the 50, he's like, what Safriji said, don't leave the house until it's bang on. You know that, again, you mentioned the word regal. You know that regal feeling, mes Sengya, mes Sardar.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to cut his hair naturally. We ain't said nothing. Listen, people think we persuade people to Dari Rakho or Dari Rakho. We get numbers, we're gonna get points after death, the more people we make into Singhs. There's this stigma, especially where I live. When I first become a Singh, right? I'm going to keep going on to this. When I become a Singh, friends of mine were inspired, maybe. You're going to have to ask them, but I think they were from what I've heard, right? And so they were inspired. They become Singhs as well. Yeah, Billah, Hoya, Buttons, Jolie. Yeah, there was a few of yourself, yeah? So what I'm saying, that happened, but at the time, I think I was persuasive, yeah? Because I was going through, the power force was going through me of change, that I'm changing my life for this thing, yeah? And it does have a knock-on effect. Rang lagda of people around you if you've got this passion, right? Anyway, as that happened, people started to think that they make people into Singhs, like, right? Yeah, and you know what I done? I turned off. I thought, that's never ever been my intention. What kind of stupid intention is that?
But you talk about it. When I become a Singh, when I said I'm keeping my gish, the first question people used to say to me, who told you to do that?
Exactly.
That same thing, you're right.
That's my point. People think it's like someone's brainwashed you and all that sort of stuff. And then after a bit, I just thought, forget this. This ain't what it's about. I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to brainwash people, but I've got passion and it's coming out. And if it's inspiring people, but then I turned it down, yeah? I really did turn it down. And it's only until recently that it's really been turned up again to think, what am I doing? Why am I turning that down? Why am I being apologetic if I've got passion for this? And if I want to say, and the Jibande Barde are saying, wow, why have I turned the gas down? And if we've got some sort of effect we can have on one person, Giza, we got to use it, because you know what? There's no one else who's going to do it other than us.
You know what? You're touching on that point. I was going to wait in the show to go through this, but I had a lot of messages after, because we started speaking on the last podcast, and people started saying to me, you know what was your journey? How did you come into Sikhi? One, get your drink. But people started saying, how did you come into Sikhi? One, but also, how did you deal with certain things? Because I think there's a lot of people there who have got a raised interest in Sikhi. They've got something. There is a lot out there. And I think, Kaka said he stayed quiet. There's a real need at the minute that people want this advice, because, I touched on taboos last week a little bit. You can't do this, you can't do that. People said that sort of stuff. People are looking at it and they are thinking, well, I want to come into Sikhi, but the whole thing, what's right, what's wrong, all of that sort of thing. And, because we're a lot more into our Sikhi now, we're thinking, as long as you do it with respect. Go on.
What I'm thinking here, yeah, a message I want to put out there. The music we're going to make is going to cater for a certain amount of people, yeah, certain sector of audience, yeah. And this is a really important point now. Forget wherever we were, which we didn't finish off. This is an important point. I was once a munna, yeah? I used to cut my hair. You was once a munna.
Yeah,
you used to cut your dadi. I don't think you never have. You never have. You never have. Right? Now, I'm always going to be, a part of me is always going to have experiences as a munna. And I know, truthfully, by cutting your hair, when people say it doesn't make you a bad person, right? I understand that. I understand you're not bad people. Whoever has cut their hair, never ever should it be that anyone could say they're bad people.
Yeah,
they might cut their hair, but that does not make them bad people, cutting your hair, right?
Yeah.
In fact, it's got nothing at all to do with it.
Not at all.
So if you think you can keep your gaze and you're going to become a good person, you're deluded. I would say don't. I would say don't keep your gaze. Why are you keeping your gaze? To be a good person. You haven't understood. To be a good person, you need to start working innerly. Yeah?
Correct.
So it's not about you're going to become a good person. However, now this is the key. However, keeping your gaze is the biggest blessing that exists on this planet. And I'm telling you, I have experienced it. You've experienced it. You know what it means to you. That bug, why you learned it. You know what it means to you over there, Jelly. You know what it means to you, Gagan. You know what it means to you, Muninder. Yeah. So keeping your gaze is a privilege, yeah? This is not something you do in exchange for something. It's not transactional. When you let the hukam flow, when you let the way God's made you flow, and you say, you know what, Jiddadu banaya, chitti dadi hone karti, he's the designer. However you've done it, carry on. I'm stepping back. That's what you call prem. That's what you call love.
Yes.
When you just say, you know what, I trust you. You design my face. Is that it? My face. Is that all I'm bothered about? What I look like? Do you think you'd give a 2 hoots, if you got Paramatma within you, do you think you would give 2 hoots about how you look? You wouldn't. And then when you know that one is the one who's inside us all, let him design you.
Yes.
Right? And in that, sit back, have courage, have bravery. You know the same bravery we talk about. Loki darde maran to main khushi manama. Maran di gal ta hai kya? Yeah. If you can't even look in the mirror and you can't let go, that's where you are. That's a level. It's
Yes.
a level. Doesn't make you good, doesn't make you bad, but it's a level. And if you want to experience the level, when you do let go of yourself and you just flow with hukam and you're not bothered anymore about people's opinions, perceptions, you really don't care now,
Yeah.
then you've let go.
Because a lot of
That's what taking care is.
someone, one of the questions I got was, how will people perceive me? Because there's
Do you think I cared when I did it?
I know,
How
yeah.
people are going to perceive me? Utte jao, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ja,
No,
jao.
but
Do you think I'll give
I know-
2 hoots about
but,
you?
know, some people do though, and
no,
unfortunately,
you're-
it is there.
100%, you're right. Evoke these questions
Yeah.
at me because I want to say them how I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Good.
No, it's good.
But what I'm saying, do you think at that moment I'm worried about Fulane Baldev ne ki kehna utte baithe ne? I'll tell you my biggest problem was, Gore, Englishman.
Yeah, I've got something to say on this. I'm not
At work, my biggest fear of becoming a singer. Why is it always on me? But I am the main singer.
No,
I am the
but
main
go on.
singer.
You know what?
I'm the bloody writer, singer, composer.
say this bit because I've got a bit.
I
to
should
add,
take
and
command like
I'm
this.
quite excited to say my little bit.
मैं leader बनाता.
Go on. So when you went to work?
So when I went to work, my biggest fear, as Kaka saying 2009 was, because I wanted to do this thing. It was in me, and I was like, it's time. I can't hold this back. No matter what, I can't hold it back. Then I identified within myself, what am I actually scared of? Why ain't I being who I feel I want to be? And the biggest one hurdle for me was the Gorde at work. Because you know, when you're with Gorde, you always try and mix in
Yeah.
and be like them. How's it going, mate? Yeah, I'm not Indian. You know what I mean? I'm not Indian at all. I'm totally English with you, innit? You blag it, basically, in your subconscious.
Yeah, you do.
You want to fit in.
Yeah.
As we grow up, you with the Gorde, you ain't going to be totally Punjabi with them unless you got one of them Gorde mates. Some of them are like proper sound, innit?
Yeah.
But basically, I don't want to.
So when you did,
galt na gal ho jaye,
yeah. I
just
want to
be
know
myself,
this. How
innit?
was your first day?
But what I'm saying is, what I did to get around this is basically I got samosa in. As soon as I done that, they love samosa. They don't give a shit. This is what's beautiful about them, yeah? About this community. I love them. Don't get me wrong. What I find beautiful about Gorde, right, is, you know, you buy them food and that's it. They'll call again.
Oh, massive.
They don't care about anything.
Massive.
Samosa mein le aate 100 samosa. I used to get my mate Nika, big up Millennium Sweet
Yeah.
Centre, yeah? Used to get big up everywhere. He got me 100 samosa, deep on the. He used to do the deal, man, 30p samosa. He's took it in, jelly. Took it into work and I announced it on an email saying, look, from.
Oh, you put an email
I
out?
put an email
Oh,
out. It's
fair
the
play.
best email I've ever written in my life.
What, just that you having a change?
A group email to everyone. Everyone.
Oh, wow.
Elan kita, basically. Elan means announced it, yeah?
Yeah.
Put an email to everyone in the company saying, you know what? Hi, guys, it's my 28th birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Next week, whatever day it was, I had my birthday coming up. It was the target day and a deadline. And I said, on that day, I'm going through a bit of a spiritual change and I'm going to start growing my hair, like my beard. I'm going to leave it unshorn and I'm going to start tying a turban. So it's going to look a bit different. But to celebrate this, because मैं डरदा सी अंदरों, इन्होंने कितना, how am I going to cope through this negativity? All of a sudden, banda's got a pug on his head and daढ़ी coming out. It's a big thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I got the samosa in. I said, but to celebrate this, put it on a positive. I said, I'm bringing samosas in for all of ya. Oh my God, the samosa, they were coming up to me. Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
The other community, they're good on you. I was like,
Catch, you know,
wow.
touching on that.
But what I said to Guru inside myself at the time, I was saying, look, to Guru, all my problems I'm giving to you. You deal with them. I'm just going to keep moving. You deal with my problems. That was a big problem for me.
Yeah.
How's this other community,
100%.
which I've tried to fit into? And what I'm saying is, all problems just went
I
out of the way.
can 100% resonate because
Guru aap
very
hi sara
similar
kuch
to that.
Rabb aap kar denda sara kuch saaf.
You know what? I had even, mine was a bit like, so I'd worked at a place 4 years I was there and I went away. I took basically a break from work, went with two of my mates, Ramsey and Incy. We went away for 2 months to America. And I had my bit of a spiritual change out there. Decided to keep my case. When I'm coming back, you need to work again. I didn't work for 2-3 months. So I contacted the old place, said, look, coming back to England. And they goes, oh, we got some work, 3-month contract. Why didn't you come back in? I'd had that change. You know when you think, they've always known me as a bit of a party guy. I was drinking back then. This is, I used to go Christmas party, work party. Then you think you're going back with a bag on. How is he going to react? And you know, bizarrely, those people there, their innocence, they were congratulating and saying, wow, I hope your journey into the spiritual journey, I hope it goes well. It flipped me the other way because some people in our community were saying, you know, the thing you said, brainwashed. Who you've been hanging around with?
Sadde bande are not the most helpful towards preserving what we want to preserve.
But then again,
listen, je saadi pagya serte hai. When main monna at this moment, I'm going back 2009. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking if I cut my hair, whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, my dad cuts his hair, my brother cuts his hair. All my family around me, and they're my family, yeah? Never ever. There's one side of being very religious and saying, tu galta banda hai, tu baal katta. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. I can't. I was a Munna myself. There's a part of me which will always be a Munna.
Yeah.
A Munna, what is a Munna? Yeah. If you take it back, Munna Konna, you laugh at that. You laugh at that joke. Munna Konna, yeah? Jelly Huddersfieldwala.
No, because you know it is. There's like I got no segregation in that sense.
He's in his spiritual world.
You know, and like,
the spiritual world. We're not going to pull you out into the thing. But what I'm saying, you know, the Munne, that is a distinct identity.
Yes.
We say the word Munne, straight away it goes into your head. Guy cuts his hair, bad guy. Munne is a group of people who are in their life, they're beautiful human beings, the most beautiful human beings that they are, right? And they're just living life as they know best, right? The only reason they are not keeping their hair is because they haven't delved that deep into Sikhi. That's the only reason, period. You can't say, I know Sikhi 100%, like to a very, very big depth and still be cutting your hair. Because that means you've not applied it. Simple. Because you're not applying to go in raza with the hukam. You're not applying to go in raza with yourself. Yeah? But Maharaj kende
really true.
Hukam raza hi chalna, nanak likhya naal. The answers to everything is hukam di raza ch jana. So जिन्ना मर्जी मैं speech चला लमा, जिन्ना मर्जी मैं कह लमा, जे में तो आ चीज हुई नहीं है. It shows I haven't applied that stage yet. Really so true. Everyone's on different stages, yeah. No stages necessarily high because the guy right at the top can slip right to the bottom. It's like snakes and ladders, right? But the truth is, basically, there's no high or low because the most innocent banda can say the most rabbi gal at any time. Yeah, the most horrible person in the world can say the most rabbi gal. He can forgive someone in an instant. Or Rabb da kaam ek second ch kar sakda.
There was I think you remember there's a statement that you read back to me before. A saint can, I've forgotten the saying now, and it was quite read. You know, it was really
good. Sinner or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, so a saint can a saint can be a sinner. And a sinner can be a saint in thought in the moment.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not a solid stamp that you're a better person. But what my point is, just to finish off, is, you know, Munne, in our music, I'll keep using the word Munne. I want to change that word today. Let's delete this word today. I swear I'm not going to use that word now. Change that word to Sikh. Sikh.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a lovely, that's the most beautiful word you can have. They're students of Guru Nanak.
You know, I feel better now you're saying that because I felt like it was a bit
Yeah. It's a negative word. I'm not saying it. I won't say it. It's a negative word. Monna is a derogatory word.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah? I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Monna is a derogatory word from Singhs. And look, in the time of the Gurus, people had cut hair. It's never about judgment. Yeah. If it's never about judgment, it's karmi apo apni ke nede ke dur. Yeah, it's not hun tere kar mere kam katthe. We're born alone, we die alone. Yeah. You also live alone, by the way, because you only live in your own mind by yourself, right? So, but the point here is that those people, that community, which I once was, you once was, I feel they are being, I won't say persecuted, but I think they're not being heard. They're not being heard by our people who have got case. There is a distinct divide, between Sikhs who maybe haven't come to that stage, and fair play to them because they need to take their time. Yeah. They need to do whatever they need to. Whatever's happening is perfectly right. But what I'm saying is there is a divide, and what the music I want to bring out, it's got to cater for them as Sikhs and not make them feel bad in any way, but also encourage them, look, aajo es passe. If even when you're 80,
they should
do aspire to become a Sardar or a Singh or a Singhini. Do aspire. Yes. You know why? Because if you don't, the history that I love more than anything. The itihas that I love and those people who I love and you guys all love, truly love, that history is going to have weaker chances to survive in the current where it's heading. That's
means,
just common
look,
sense.
The bug means something, and we're not.
It's common
we're
sense.
never going to go away from that. I think what you were touching on that's really true is ick. That you can't segregate for man the way they look. Ultimately, the bug is an advancement in your journey, but there's nothing against those who are earlier in their journey. That's where it comes.
Sorry to cut you.
Go on.
But I think it's different, probably from his perspective and my perspective, because we've had it from young.
And Jelly.
Wow, Gal see ya.
So when
Yes.
you're hearing you guys, it's like
Yeah, you guys have had
you
it
can't
since.
relate to it. Because if you're going to work,
I feel the pain. What I'm saying is,
like,
I feel the pain of a guy who's got cut hair, or even a woman, and the segregation. I feel pain for that. Is what I'm saying.
Because we were in that.
As a
boat.
saying, I feel pain because I think you've segregated. You're not seeing one in everyone straight away. But I keep saying this. However, you should aspire to get to that state. This stage of keeping your gaze is a privilege. I'll say it again.
Correct.
This ain't something we need to ramp numbers up necessarily on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I'm saying is it's always a step up. And at the moment, I think a lot of people might think, and I've heard this response a lot, yeah, but that guy over there, he did it and he did it wrong. He did it. You know what? Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes, and if that person made mistakes, you know what? I hope they learn from it and they can stay on their path. You know, if there's anyone out there who has become a Singh and made mistakes, I hope they listen to this and they understand that they can make mistakes and they can try and pick themselves up and go again. Every day they can start again. Don't think just because I made a mistake that, oh, that's it, it's finished. My relation with the Guru, because the Guru is basically, when we say the Guru, I'm talking about Akal Purakh in this sense, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Guru Nanak as such, because Guru Nanak tells us to talk to the one. Yeah? So when I'm saying Guru, just for anyone else who's watching as well, I'm not talking to Guru Nanak right now in that state. I'm talking to Akal Purakh, the one Guru Nanak pointed us towards and said, that's the one, yeah? So that master has the capability to change everything in an instant, right? That master has the capability to change everything. So if someone is going to have the desire to keep their gaze, ardas karo for that thing. That's the aspiring thing to do ardas for.
I think I was going to
go on, Jelly.
Point out there as well what you just said. They're going to have, whoever wants to do this is truly wanting this.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm not saying it's whatever. It is an upgrade, 1,000,000%, but you got to truly want that upgrade in order to manifest it and want it. And jado o mang hai, you know, ape beej, ape hi khao, you know, it's a factual law. And if you truly want something, beej pao,
focus down, power cheat.
Yeah, 100%.
If you want it,
yeah.
But you can't want everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly you know, is we talked about this before. Gambadi Pok, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come on to that in a second, but if you want something
bad enough,
then it happens. If you want it bad enough,
if you want
do
it,
you want it bad enough? You know, in football they do that.
You know
desire,
what,
it's called
something
desire.
you've really said, Jelly, that resonates with me because I'm gonna give something on a bit of a tangent. But when I come into Sikhi, you get a lot of praise. There are people who question it, and you got the people who really praise it. And a few people jumped on the bandwagon almost. I'm gonna say, started keeping their gears, and it didn't last. And they end up cutting it months down the line. Yeah, not months, a few months down the line. But it's truly, do whatever you do in life, do it with your heart in it, and be truly, if it's got to mean something to you, whether it's getting a new job, I don't know, playing a sport, learning an instrument. HAG said about learning the violin, that meant something to him, and he progressed it. And I think it's key. Don't do something because you feel obliged to do it. It's got to truly from your heart, and it's got to really want it.
I'm saying this, yeah. I'm saying, do whatever you want. Jelly need their intentions has to be clean.
Correct.
Be true to yourself. I'll tell you what it is, you know what we're all doing here? We're just expressing ourselves, yeah?
Yeah.
What he's saying is that it's a concern as well. What you understand is people think it koi way to think. You can think like that.
Yeah,
and you can think like that. You don't have to think in just black and white all the time. Basically, you do need a bit of caution. He's right. Apply a bit of caution. This is part of like getting ready to take off a flight. You do these checks. Are you ready? What's that mean? Are you ready? Like, make sure you're not doing it just,
you know what it is,
and you're not going to change your life.
Where I meant be true to yourself as an
individual.
Yeah.
But at the same time, 1 second, at the same time, if someone's doing it on the opposite, like, are you ready? And if he says, I don't know if I'm ready. What's he saying on the other side? We're talking about just one type of person here. If you're not ready, you shouldn't do it. Okay, put that to one side. That guy's not ready. He's not even really thinking about this seriously. If he's not ready, forget that. The guys who are ready, I think there's only two ways on this. You either do it or you don't. There's no middle ground.
There you go.
Bang on.
There's no, are you ready to show ya? Jeda banda show ya? Or that question's not even going to get to his ear. He's like,
There's
get
no
out,
doubt.
get
Yeah,
out of my
yeah.
face.
There's no doubt.
If you
Yeah.
can't
In
read me,
decision-making when it
get
comes
out of
to
my
stuff like
face.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. It's
When you decide that, you know what, I've done this, I've made money, I've been around the world, I've tick boxed all these things which I thought as I was growing up, society has shown me that these are going to make me happy. The question is, are you really happy? What is happiness? Firstly, whose teaching are you following in your method of application in your mind for life? Who's your teacher in your happiness guide? And if you ain't got one, and if it's just, I know better, my parents taught me this, my parents taught me that, basically you haven't got a guru. No one's teaching you. If you're a Sikh, and you want guidance from Guru Nanak, the first thing Guru Nanak's going to say when you open it, Ik Onkar, right, straight away.
Yeah, man.
Everything, then you start shedding layers. It's
like an onion, goes straight to the core.
And when that connection, when that friendship with your guru starts, where it's now guiding you to make changes into your internal life, Sam's lot to see on you're on that path. And when you hear that, look, in our history, it is known. Case rakhe si Dasam Pasha ne hukum kita si, all our gurus had case, right? It's a divine stamp on us, right? When that comes into you, do you think you're going to be sitting there at that point thinking, shall I do this or shall I not?
No, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in that moment.
You know what?
Guys, I feel
common
anyway.
sense, isn't it?
It is just a clean and mad way to look at it, and it's so true. And I'm just going to stop it there because studio time's run out, but it is, I think it's just been, I'm just a bit captivated, and for anyone out there, reach out. Dharam Seva.
Can I plug my album? Quickly.
No, you could do that next time.
Oh, it's already out.
It's already out.
It might be out. I
First
don't know
track's
when
come
you're going to
out.
see this.
Finally to end. I hope you're enjoying Loki Darde.
Oh, Ghana tak shut lande.
Gone. Actually, you know what? Loki Darde.
HKG beta.
Yeah, Loki Darde's come out.
I want to sing another one.
Go on. What's
Jo man chala
what's
wahi gaana.
coming? Yeah, go on.
We should have the beat. I don't even care if you played it.
Go
or
on.
not.
No, go on.
नहीं
Sing
मैं आप
one
ही
now.
मेरे मन चाहूँगा रब्बा वे औंदा तेरे ते रब्बा वे औंदा तेरे ते अज तक चढ़े जो सवेरा ओ जेड़ा शामा वाला आउंदा नेरा धरती दा एहो सारा फेरा ए बदौलत है मौला तेरा हो वरतोंदे रुख सा जेड़ा मनुखता च देवे गेड़ा अन धरती दा दिता देना जुगा जुगा दा है बथेरा क्यों बेशुकरा मन मेरे I think I'll leak the song again.
Wow.
I'm not going to sing the second
What
half.
was the first line that you just sang?
Let's fit it in
Rabba
quickly.
ve.
Yeah?
Go say it again.
Rabba ve on that tere te. I feel love on you. Yeah?
And that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about. This journey here.
Can I explain the
No,
next antara as well?
We're really running out of time, buddy.
Don't worry.
Go on.
Ghar da show kuch nahi hunda. Rabba ve on da ve. On da tere te. Then the beautiful part. Aj tak chade jo savera. Every single morning that has come. Aj tak chade jo savera. Yeah? Jeda shama wala aunda nera. Every night, jeda sham nu nera aunda. The darkness. When Paramatma turns the lights off, so you can all cuddle up and go to sleep. Just like babies, he turns the lights off, yeah? What was the word I heard? Aj tak chade jo savera. O jeda shama wala aunda nera. Dharti da eho sara fera. The spinning of this planet, yeah? E badaulat hai maula tera ho. This is all your gift. Teri badaulat hai. You've gifted this all to us every morning, every evening. The darkness, the light, the spinning of the planet, yeah? Then, Ruksavar tonde jeda, the trees. I'm going to finish it here because I don't want to give the whole song away. Fair podcast, whole bhi banaunge. It's saying Ruk Savartonde. Basically, they're serving us breaths. The trees are, like in the langar, in the Gurdwara, they serve us langar. Vartonde, yeah? Langar vartaida.
Hanji.
I don't know where this gal come from. I was in
that's
Lahore
mad.
airport when
Amazing.
the
I
whole
can
song come
resonate
to me in
with that,
Lahore airport. After,
We're going to go delve into this more, but
yeah, and basically, Ruk Savartonde, I'm seeing the trees in this moment serving us breathing space, oxygen. And then Manuktach Deve Geda, the next line, saying Manuktach Deve Geda, saying then that air that the trees serve us, then we recycle it amongst ourselves. Geda dinda in Manukta.
Hanji.
Yeah? And I don't remember the rest.
And
Finish
that's
it off
just, wow.
I think carry on until we get kicked out.
there. Okay, let me finish it.
Go on.
Let me finish it. I was under time pressure. So, Manuktach Deve Geda. Then I think it is Kyun Be Shukra.
That's what I thought.
It is, yeah. The cross line comes.
Yeah.
Kyun be shukra, kyun be shukra. You can sing it lightly as well. And saying, why am I so ungrateful? Kyun be shukra, oh man mere, oh my mind. Because my mind takes it for granted every morning. My mind takes it for granted. It's a guarantee like pe raat nu nera bhi
So
aana.
true.
That's a swear nu guarantee like you man yeah. Yeah, and then ਰੁੱਖ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਹ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਚੱਕੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਸਾਹ ਆਈ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ ਚੰਗੀ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਚੱਕੀ
think about it, you just take it.
think ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ yes my right
Yes.
these are trees are serving us this stuff ਉਹ ਰੋਜ਼ ਧਰਤੀ ਦਾ ਸਵੇਰਾ ਹਨੇਰਾ yeah ਫੇਰਾ that's the easiest to write a song by the way. Anyone else wants to write a song, I want to encourage them. Just rhyming words and have a train of thought.
But just look at that.
That's literally what it is. Like, I don't know how this came into me, these words. And the second antra, I don't want to reveal that right now.
We'll go through that in another show. But
Yeah, because
I just want to touch on
Go on.
what you said earlier about timing and how much time we've actually caught and we actually take it for granted. So I actually use a little tool and a little process to sort of bring me to the now and not segregate this and not take it for granted, my time. So one of the things that I do is go to graveyards.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes.
And I spend a lot
Jelly's
of time
famous
there.
for this.
Yeah, you've sent me videos.
Amazing.
Over the years,
Yeah.
so.
So that brings me to
reality. Graveyards.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But it brings me to, it's a tool that I want to share with everyone.
It's a tool.
And it's an amazing tool to sort of bring me to the immediate understanding that my time
And your problems.
is so moment.
And your problems.
And all issues and all problems and everything are so irrelevant because when I'm looking at a 20-year-old, a 38-year-old, a child, it's not segregated.
But
Death is not segregated.
Yeah, put so much into
Emphasis on the now.
Giza,
Yes.
we should do a podcast in a graveyard.
Yeah.
It's
But you understand where I'm
disrespectful.
what are
going?
the barriers.
Some people might say it's disrespectful to
In
the
what
dead.
sense?
Okay, then
Yeah.
That's your journey. But I think, look, you know,
I'm just talking on
you know,
like the
Halloween
reality.
special. Halloween
No,
special.
But Jelly, you've said something that you know we've touched on quite a bit in this particular podcast. But one thing we talk about is, you know, doing stuff and people
Putta
have
te bhi
said,
gall karni ek.
no, one second, they've held back. It's just so true. When that day that they're gonna be, I know people are in
I'm talking about
graveyards.
me.
No,
myself,
but
right?
I'm looking at the whole. I'm looking at everything. That day of death could come
Yeah,
any time.
but you know
and
what?
you know what? Don't hold back in your life. You want to do something, do it.
You know, because we're talking about, you mentioned graveyards, saying Halloween special in a graveyard. I want to address something quite funny,
Go on.
a funny subject. I know we're over time, I think, it doesn't matter.
No, carry on. Until we get kicked out.
Basically, you know, like you get
No,
these Bunde
not that
that they
far.
do this black magic and all this sort of shit, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry for the swear word.
Go on.
Basically, Giza, you bring them in front of us now. That is so stupid, the stuff that people fall for. You know, when it comes to this sort of stuff. I'm telling you now, some of the stuff that's out there, like this Baba in London, Kashmiri Baba, this and that, they have ads in the bloody papers, yeah? You think he Kari and the Bande, this Baba is proper scamming you.
I think, but you know, and
Why do you need a middleman?
I'll give you a flip.
Sikhs. What
They
a message
shouldn't,
to why all the Sikhs?
but
Why do
you
they
know,
need a
some of these
middleman?
People, there's an innocence there, Pachari.
No, there is. That's true.
There's a huge innocence.
There's a big
and
innocence, yes.
What it is that, look, we're
What the hell?
doing this now, and this, hopefully, we can touch on these subjects. There's so many subjects. Look, we've just pondered on death very briefly. We've pondered on Bobby, getting your message direct. There's so much out there. And I think, you know, the biggest message
You
from
control
this
rap,
group,
नहीं तो खिलाना पड़
and
जाना.
this is what I'm saying. Look, there's so much, and we will
हम पर
touch
अभी
on,
खिल रही हो गल
no, we'll
सारी.
touch on all of these subjects. We will, because they're so important. Because if we're talking out loud now, there's been a precedency in our life somewhere that all of these are touched us. And we're going to go deeper. I think, look, I know we're saying we're waiting for someone to come in. We're not. I think it's just been amazing to talk to this group. There's something special, and we just let things go and be free. I hope everyone out there's picked up more, but get in contact with us. It's a big thing for me. Look, we're talking and we're enjoying it, but there's so much out there that people have got questions. People have reached out. Reach out more. We want to work with people. We want to help people and serve people. So just on that, thank you again, guys.
Thank you,
and
sir.
I'm sure we'll be round a table again soon.
You know what? Something's just itching me to finish.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I do want to get this out.
Go on.
And it's with LOKI DARDE and the video and things that have been the lyric content in there as well. I just want to touch on the part like the formula and the reasoning behind our gurus did what they did, and the sacrifices made, and it was the secret valve and the emotion that they were fully invested in, which is prem, and it's love. You know, so I don't even, Kax, you mentioned it with a supply side, 1,000,000%. But it's a supply for what?
Despising love.
Is
anyway.
it for what?
It's for
You know,
love.
I need to
It's for
push
love.
it for love.
100%.
Every single time.
It's all about love.
So
100%.
if we're going to do anything, prem nahi kariye. Ab main seva karni hai,
Taita,
whatever
Sona
it is.
laya si on all the arrows. Teeran te.
Yeah.
They put gold on the arrows.
Finessed it.
Compassion. Even when they
gold.
had to take someone
Yeah.
out, they had compassion.
Take it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wow.
We've just
Bike
picked
in
up
a
on
year.
it.
Give them
Bike
a
in a
life
year.
insurance.
The dying Mughals,
gonna
dying
put it-
Mughals, giving them pani. This comes in another track we've done. Dushman te na sade khal se, dushman te na sade, maut de agge ade khal se,
That's
maut de
it.
agge
So,
ade.
and we did
Ye
it.
bhi gana aa raha.
That's what I mean. So
Plug,
I
big up.
like the aggression.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing and it's supply, but I have to.
It's for love.
push.
It's always for love.
Oh, that's
If
what
it's
I'm
not
gonna-
in for love,
then it's
if you're
pointless.
Sipahi and there's no love at the end of it,
That's it.
fair rakh do Shastar.
Yes.
Fair
I know, I
nahi.
re- I
Beautiful.
really
Fair nahi
need
koi
to
bhi
literate
jang.
on that.
No, it's
If
beautiful.
you're not
and
doing
you
it
know
out of
what?
love, prem hona chahida. Shastar da udo chakna jad prem na bharya banda.
Yes.
You don't want to kill anyone. You don't want to hurt anybody ever.
Yeah.
You know what?
But when you've been made majboor, as in Dasam Pasha, Sheme Pasha started off, not just those two. You know,
Yeah.
another thing I want to quickly mention, that Baba Buddha ji was trained up menu Nahang Singh Brahma to gal Sikhiya. So a reference where I've heard this, that because they're the masters of Shastar Vidya.
Yes.
Of course,
Right?
yeah.
They're the current custodians, yeah. And basically, they said that people forget Baba Buddha ji was the one who taught Sheme Pasha Shastar.
Hanji.
Yeah, there's some people out there, some wacky people out there who say that the first 5 gurus were like they didn't have the fight
Yeah,
as
I've heard
such.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were just saints, and it changed after that. And that can't be right because there's only
Of course
one
it is.
Jot of Nanak throughout. There weren't no differentiating. These weren't just normal people, right? So I don't want to get into that too much. But what I'm saying is, who trained Baba Buddha ji Shastar Vidya? If they trained Sheme Pasha and then Nahang Singh's kindly revealed to me that Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they've got some historical accounts. They'll be able to reference it better. Guru Nanak Dev Ji trained Baba Buddha Ji at a young age. They were young in Shastar Vidya and they installed that into them. They installed it into Sheme Pasha. It came from the first Nanak. There was never any different Nanaks. There was only one Nanak
Correct. Yeah.
in 10 forms. But basically, going back to the point, the Guru of love, who some people only recognize Guru Nanak as love, and they say the other gurus with the sword, with the weaponry, the Shastar, they've got a problem with that. What you don't understand is it's always been about love. It comes from Guru Nanak all the way. Always been about love. But yeah, if the guy in the Gurdwara has picked one up and he's going for next door neighbor round the head because he robbed 20 quid out of the Golok or something, I don't think that's probably out of love.
You know what?
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
It's
and I
like-
think
That's not right.
beautiful.
I don't want to take it out of context.
I don't think
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
see.
yeah.
You have to bring it back
You will
into,
never
you
ever
know.
see the Shastar ever misused by a Singh ever if he's in love. Never
Correct.
ever. You cannot ever misuse it.
Yeah.
Every time you use that Shastar, and if you're in power, then it's not in love.
Finally, I think Jelly's nailed it. Lead with love. Lead your week with love. Difficult moments. Lead with love. Speak to you soon, guys. Take care.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.